What's going on, guys? Tournzy with here today, and welcome back to another NHL 17 franchise mode playthrough with the Edmonton Oilers. We are jumping into our third season here today, and if you watched any of the previous episodes, you'll know that we had just had two losing seasons. We haven't made it to the playoffs yet with the Edmonton Oilers, which is something we can hopefully change this year. I feel like we got a pretty good team. We made some good acquisitions in the offseason, some good trades, cutting some loose weight and some guys with bad attitudes. But here's our lineup to start the season. We have Milan Lucic, Connor McDavid, Jordan Eberle first line. That's been the same for 3 years now. The second line, I think I might switch up here and there. Kirby Reichel, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Nick Ehlers. The thing I might want to change is put Yakupov on that second line, just because he is a year older, and he also has one more overall potential than Kirby Reichel. And if you look at Kirby Reichel, he actually is a third-line scoring forward, where Yakupov is listed as a second-line forward. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I do want Kirby Reichel playing on his correct wing. We can put Grimaldi. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put PRV also on the third line, just because. What's he, a depth forward? He's a depth forward. What's Grimaldi? A depth forward as well, so that's not too big a deal switching those guys around. Grimaldi actually is right-handed too, so I think I'll leave him on the right-hand side. So third line, Kirby Reichel, Leon Draisaitl, and Jesse Purvi. You'll remember him. He got drafted 5th overall in the 2016 draft. He had a short stint with us last year, and he was almost a point a game. So I'm actually expecting big things from him this year. You can see he's got really good puck skills and senses. His defense is kind of where he's lacking. He has very bad defensive ability. You can see defensive awareness, shot blocking, like 70s, which is not good. But hopefully he can make it up for it by being offensive. And I'm hoping Draisaitl can kind of make up for that as well. 84 defensive awareness, 77 shot blocking, 85 stick checking. Hopefully he can take care of the defensive zone. Kirby Reichel also kind of mid-80s in the defense category. Fourth line, we have Matthias Janmark, Martin Hansel, and Rocco Grimaldi. I was thinking about trading Hansel this year just because if we look at our scratch players, we actually have Nolan Patrick, who's 20 years old, medium elite potential, and he's actually listed as a third-line scoring forward, so I kind of want to get him in the lineup playing as much as possible. So I may trade Hansel if we get off to a bad start for a draft pick or something along those lines. So I'll get out of the scratch and we'll go to the defense now. So defense, not too much has changed here in the last couple of years. Griffin Reinhart, Adam Larson, top pairing, 85s. Definitely some room for improvement, but again, they're young. They're 25, 24 years old. We have a very young decor besides Sekera. But Larson, low elite potential, hoping he can grow a bit within the next 2 years because he hasn't grown at all in the first 2 years of the playthrough. Oscar Klefbom as well. He's only an 84 overall, but he has potential to be an elite D-man, so hoping he can really grow there. Andre Sekera is our leader back here, 32 years old. He's consistently had the most points on defense as well. Andre Schuster on the top six pairing, defensive defenseman, 6'7", 225. Guy's an absolute beast. And Darnell Nurse actually moves down to the third pairing as well this year because Klefbom actually gained a potential on him. So we have 3 low elites, and we're hoping that at least one of them can grow to their true potential. Otherwise, we're left with a mediocre decor, which is not good. We definitely need to improve that in the future, and I think that's a big reason actually why we're losing a lot of games. But it could be our goalies as well. We don't have the greatest goalie core. We don't have Cam Talbot and Yoni Ortio. It's actually really difficult to make trades in this game I'm finding. Even if the trade value is heavily on your side and you have way more trade value that you're giving up versus what they're giving, if the trade doesn't make sense, it doesn't generally go through. So a little bit difficult to make trades I'm finding in this game. Our scratch players, you can see two-way defenders with top 6, 21 years old. 82, 83, so definitely some worthy people to play if anybody gets injured, but I really want to get Nolan Patrick in the lineup, so I think I may look at a trade within the first month, legitly, if we don't have a good record. Looking at the AHL, I sent Cassian down here. Don't really need him up on the fourth line anymore because we have better players. Roop Hintz, a player I'm actively watching, 21 years old, playmaker center, top 6 forward potential. So looking also at his numbers last year, I think he had pretty good numbers. Yeah, 51 points, so almost a point a game. Taylor Beck's also down here. Curtis Hamilton, Greg Chase. Is there any other potential guys down here? I don't. This guy I actually signed in the offseason as well, Carl Grunstrom. So he's 77 overall, but he has top 9 potential, so he could actually play on our NHL lineup potentially within the next couple of years, as long as he grows. He's only 20 years old. Other than that, I don't think we have any potential guys. Oh, another top 9 guy down here that's 20 years old, Tyler Benson. He went really high in the WHL draft, but I don't know how he did in the NHL draft. Second round, I guess, 2016 by the Oilers. Defense, I don't think we have anybody. Actually, we got Davidson, but he's 27 years old. Top 4D, who is this guy again? Did we draft this guy? We did not, but he's been on our roster. So Marcus Niemelainen, low top 4D potential, 20 years old, and Jake Dardy, 22 years old, top 6D potential. In net, I don't think we have any potential. Well, we have Brossois, but I don't think he's going to be becoming an NHL starter for us anytime soon. And then you could see our scratches right there. This is the guy we drafted in the second round this year. Probably won't get too much playing time this year, but he's only 20 years old. He's got 7 years to get better. So cheers to that. Let's go ahead and jump into the simulating. I think I've shown you enough of our team. Yeah, so I'm going to sim, again, probably like the first 10, 15 games and see how we do. If we can't amount to a winning record in September/October, I'm going to be 100% trading Hansel and getting Nolan Patrick in the lineup. That does make our team a little bit younger, like it has every year, but we need to make some changes because we haven't made the playoffs yet, so that's fairly disappointing, especially going into my third year. I thought I've made a lot of good trades. We had to pay McDavid last year, so another good year for the rookies, the amateur scout is saying. But McDavid got his big boy contract, so our window really to contend is closing. You know what I mean? We're going to be running into cap issues, especially with the contracts that like Nugent Hopkins and Draisaitl already have, as well as Yakupov. They're already making like $3, $4, $5, $6 million. So there's no bargains on the team right now, which is kind of the problem. McDavid's now making over $8 million. Waivers, yes. I'm just going to go to the first game of the season, then we will go check out the owner goals there. I'm not sure what he wants to tell us. We already reviewed the owner goals last game, but just looking at our team prestige, it's pretty high. But our local popularity and our national popularity has definitely diminished since we took over the reign of this team, so that's not good. Secondary goals, I want to win the regular season home opener, so that's going to be, what happens when I click in here? So we are hopeful. Playoff hopeful. He fully expects us to compete for a playoff spot. However, if we don't make the playoffs, we need to ensure our fans are happy with the direction of our team. I think we can 100% do that this year. But we'll see how it goes. We've had some disappointing last 2 years. Is this one? Yeah, this is the home opener. So, do I go real-time sim? I don't think so. But the Washington Capitals are actually a pretty good team. I'm assuming Ovi's still on the team. Nick Backstrom. Not sure if actually TJ Oshie isn't there anymore. I saw him somewhere else. Let's go ahead and check out the team meeting. We want to win the home opener, so I'm going to be demanding. Let's see also who has potential to be a leader in the group this year. So, Connor McDavid, Yanni Ortio is a presence, Adam Larson, and Jesse Pjarvi, which is good. Good to see that he's a presence this year. Hopefully he can grow this year in the NHL. Let's go ahead and hold that team meeting, and let's go ahead and be demanding. Do we want to be demanding or motivating? I don't want to be assertive because people don't like that. Calming, some people don't like that either. I think we're going to go ahead and be motivating. We did train hard all off season. We made a lot of good trades, and I think we have a solid team. So let's go ahead and motivate the boys, get out there and get the job done. Let's see. Oh, they all hated that. My God, they all hated that. I should just turn off. I should seriously just turn off the morale system. I never get anything good right. That's pretty bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and sim a couple games here. We'll go should we go 3 games at a time or 4 games at a time? I think 5 is still pretty reasonable. But home season opener against Washington Capitals. Can we win it for the owner? Please just tell me we won it. Failed. Not what I want to see. So we lose $15,000 there. That's too bad. We lost to the Washington Capitals. At least it was a shootout loss, so we did get a point out of it. Our AHL team won, so I guess that's good. I think we can still beat the Leafs. Yes, we do. So starting off the season, I mean, I can't really comment on the season yet, but let's just go assistant coach, best roster. Okay, so after 5 games, we are 3-1-1. So pretty good start to the season, I must say. And then we go and play. We're gonna play a 4-0 team. Before we do that, I want to make sure that the assistant coach didn't mess up my lines too much. I want them to kind of stay the same how they were. So let's go edit lines. We have to make the playoffs this year, guys. If we don't make the playoffs, I'm gonna be so choked. We just a must this year. It really has to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and move up PRV to the third line, and Kirby Reichel can stay there. And I don't think I want to make any other changes. Special teams should be good. I didn't change anything really there. That's how I like my team. Looking at the defense again, nothing really changing there. Let's go ahead and just leave that how it is. Goalies, we got Brossois in the backup spot now, but Cam Talbot's probably going to get the majority of the starts, and feeling good about our team so far. We're in the wildcard spot, but we're only 5 games in. So I'm not too sure how much simulating I'm going to get done in this video. If we're don't have like a winning record by the end of the October, Hansel's definitely getting traded. Let's just go ahead and go assistant coach replace player, because then that just changes one guy in the lineup. And we seem to be grinding out these 1-goal victories. You can see 1-0 over the Pittsburgh Penguins, 3-2 over the Maple Leafs, 2-1 over the Capitals. But there's a big 5-1 win over the Minnesota Wild. That's what they're called. Jesus. So editing the lines may be a pain in the ass this year. Just because I am making different moves compared to what the assistant coach wants, but I'm gonna have to do it. And we're on the winning track, so we're 5-2-1, and things are looking good for you, Hansel. You may be sticking it out on this team this year, but I think regardless, you're getting traded at the trade deadline. Oh man, this is not good. Let's definitely go and edit the lines manually here. Gonna be a big shakeup. I think I still want PRV playing on the third line though. Yakupov it puts up there, and then it puts PRV on the second line as a right winger. That's interesting. I don't think I want to do that, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and put PRV back on the third line, and we're going to put Reichel up there, because I think that makes a lot more sense to me. And Nolan Patrick getting his first start, finally. Do we put him on the third line? That would just... I don't know if I want to do that, because he's in his correct position. Plus, probably limiting his minutes is probably something we want to do. He'll get the opportunity when he does, but he hasn't really shown us anything yet. Yes, we picked him first overall, and he's going to be in the third line slot by the end of the season. But for right now, let's just go ahead and play AU in the right wing slot on the fourth line, and we lose as soon as that happens, as soon as he gets slotted in there. Do we lose 2 games in a row? No, we don't. Okay, so it wasn't coincidence. Let's go ahead. We're just going to keep simming, rolling things along here. We have a winning record. And we only have had one really big loss, and that was to, so Martin Hansel getting injured here. We're already getting hit with the injury bug, which is not good. Nolan Patrick slotting in there, and then we're going to put a defenseman on the fourth line. I don't know if that's the best move, because ideally I like my wingers to have good puck skills, and he has awful puck skills and senses. But PRV, man, you should be on the third line. Grimaldi there, and that's fine with me. What's PRV? Does he have any points yet? 8 points, my god. Maybe I should be putting him on the second line. Okay. I don't know if I want to, though. What's Dreisaitl's points? Only 3. Hopkins, he's got as many points as Hopkins. What's McDavid at? Okay, yeah, PRV, I think you've earned it. You can go on the second line, but we're going to put you on the left wing, which may be a little... but that's the thing. It kind of messes up the natural sides. You know what? I'm just going to leave him there. He's doing fine. It's clearly working for him, so why change it? You know what I mean? So, first 11 games of the season, we start off 7-3-1, doing very well. Liking what I'm seeing. Our AHL team is also doing well. Okay, so editing the lines manually. Hansel's back to play. Let's see if Patrick got any points in that. No, he's a -2 as well. So probably going to have to go back to sitting here. Oh, no, okay, he's staying there on the third line. Let's go ahead and move up Reichel. And we'll move down Carvey, because he seems to be doing well there. Is it good to put Yakupov up there? I guess it would make more sense, because you don't want 2 playmakers playing side by side like I do have on the second line. Yeah, I think that's fine. Defense, I don't think we've had any injuries yet. No growth either. So that's okay. We'll leave that alone. Don't need to change something that ain't broken. Okay, so we are kind of shaky right now. You can see where we win one, we lose one, we win one, we lose one, and then there's a big loss to the Detroit Red Wings. Not good for our locker room chemistry. I'm going to go ahead and stop the simulation here so we can do some arena maintenance, it looks like. Let's go ahead and check out the defense. I think we're going to need some defense soon. I should also be looking to, yeah, let's stop that simulation. I should also be looking to draft a goalie in the near future. What needs to be repaired right now? The club seat maintenance. I think we should have enough money to cover us for the whole season, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. He wants me to upgrade this, but I can only do that in the off season, so let's just repair this for now. That's fine, and we still have about $3 billion in the bank to spend on repairs. What was the 5-game period? I don't know, so I'm just going to sim these last 2 games here. All divisional games. How can we do against the division? So lose first game to LA, lose second game to Arizona, and we're coming back down to earth, guys. We're almost back to a 500 team, and I'm just going to go ahead actually and sim straight up to December. See how we do throughout these games. Griffin Reinhardt injured with a strained hamstring. We're just going to replace that player. Okay, looks like a couple more things in the arena need some maintenance, so let's stop the simulation right there. Let's go ahead and maintain the parking lot. I feel like this is all going to happen at the start of the season. We'll go ahead and repair that. $0.2 million. No biggie. Been there, done that. Thank you, owner, for paying the bills. Yes, and we're simulating all the way to December because all we have left is divisional games, and we got to see how we do here. Okay, Eberle's finally back, so that's a big plus for our team. Yakupov clearly wasn't doing too well on the first line there. The thing is, that takes out... what does it take out? It takes out Nolan Patrick from the lineup. Let's go ahead and see if he had points. No, still no points. Really, still no points, eh? I guess he's playing on the 4th line. He's not playing with the best players. 8 games played, no points. He is a power forward too, so not expecting too much finesse from him, I guess we could say. And I think I want to put Parvey on the 3rd line because he's got a ton of points right now, or 11. Decent amount. And how many games played? 17 games played, so that's pretty good actually. And he's an even on the 3rd line, which has historically been our worst line. So pretty happy with that, I must say. 11 points in 17 games. Who else is doing well for us? How's McDavid doing? 15 points. Lucic probably has a good amount of points, 15. Okay, let's go ahead, get back to the simulation. I think I'm going to have to dump Hansel soon here. The question is, how early do we want to do it? Okay, I have to stop the simulation. I'll just go best lines. Stop the simulation, guys. Come on. And we lose to the Sharks. We've had some serious issues with the Sharks in the past few years, and that seems to be continuing throughout this season, which is not good. We should really check out their lineup and see what we need to do to improve in that department. So let's go ahead, 0.3 million, upper bowl, 0.3 million, and executive seats, 0.3. I think bathrooms are pretty expensive too, 0.27. So that should be good, though, for the rest of the season. Should never have to look at that mode again. Can we beat the San Jose Sharks in San Jose? We just lost to them at home 3-1. And this would put us down to 10-9 if we lose this game. How are we doing? A big 5-1 win. Finally, we beat the San Jose Sharks. AHL, we can just go best lines. That's no big deal. He should be back soon anyways. I'm not too worried about that. I just want to check. Oh, Reinhardt hurt again, my friend. What are you doing? Let's go assistant coach, replace player. Damn, the arena needs some more freaking updating. Best lines, best lines. We're just getting destroyed with the injury bug. So December 1st, yes, the free agent thing, I know. Back to the arena, upgrade and maintain. Concession and maintenance. Okay, okay, this should be the last one of the season, okay? It should be. We'll just go ahead and repair that, and I don't think I should be good for everything else for a while. I can't upgrade that till the off season, so I'm not going to worry about that, even though it's an owner goal requirement. So how long have we been going so far? We've only been going for about 20 minutes, and we're almost halfway through the season. You can see our fan happiness way up there at 90, so that's really good to see. Locker room chemistry is also pretty high at 83. Our popularity slowly going up. Yeah, but it's very slowly. Let me just reiterate that, very slowly. Arena level happiness. What can I edit here? I don't think I've seen this screen yet. Oh, this is just that stuff. No, can't really change much there. I mean, I'm already maintaining it as best I can. So let's just keep the simulating going, guys. I don't think we need to make any changes to our lineup. I think trading away Martin Hansel will definitely mess up our locker room chemistry as well. So I'm just going to keep going best lines here. See how we do with the best lines. Because clearly my... Oh, okay, so 5-1 loss. That's not good. Let's go ahead and edit the lines manually now. We got to run this ship the way we want to run it. Connor McDavid up to an 84 overall. Guy's an absolute beast. Nolan Patrick slotting in here after the big injury to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nick Ehlers-Yakupov still. How many points does Nick Ehlers have? That's a question for me. So it looks like he has 14 points in how many games? 25 games. So that's okay. On the second line, would ideally like to see it a little higher. He's in the top 6. Lucic up to an 89 as well. How's McDavid doing for points? So doing very well here. I think he's a point a game now. Yeah, so 25 points in 25 games. The only thing that is not 5-star is his physical category. How is Everly doing? Is he a point a game? Probably not. Close to it though, but he is a minus, so that's not good. Grimal, I want PRV up there. I want him really at ice time. So 15 points in 25 games on the third line. Remember that, guys. He's on the third line, and he's almost half a point a game. That's really good. Grimaldi's got, like, no points. Janmark's got, like, no points. Nolan Patrick still no points. Reichel's got 11. Hansel's got 6. We already checked him. How's Draisaitl doing? Not very well. But I still really like our team, and there's a lot of potential on our team. Sure, we're going to run into some cap issues. We'll just go best lines there because we have a ton of injuries, not too much we can do. But you can see we're starting finally to push away from 500, which was something we haven't done in a very long time, or we have ever done, actually. Okay, so RNH is back. Let's go ahead and edit the lines manually. This is probably going to take Patrick out. Did he get any points in those 2 games? Still no points. Got some penalty minutes, though. I guess we're really not putting him in a place to succeed there on the 4th line, but that shouldn't matter. He should still want to play his best at all times. I'm going to go ahead and switch up Yakupov and Ehlers too, because Ehlers is a right winger. Yakupov's a right winger too, but he's a left-handed right winger, so I'd like him to be on his onside. So we'll go ahead and leave it like that. Get back to the simulating here. I will, after this finishes simulating the 5 games, back out and see where we are in the standings relative to the rest of our division. So 16, 9, and 2, which gives us 2nd place in the division. So that's interesting to see. The Arizona Coyotes are 1st in the division, and we've, like, the last 2 years we were both last in the division. But despite that, the division's very tight. San Jose and LA are both 1 point behind us. Calgary's only 3 points behind us, and then Vancouver's only 4 points behind us. So really 2 losses, and we're back down to 5th in the division. So we got to keep it going here. I don't think we're going to trade away Hansel yet, because Nolan Patrick hasn't really shown that he can get any points. So no real hurry to slot him in yet. He doesn't seem to be disgruntled either. Our locker room chemistry is high. So let's sim another 5 games here. See how we do. They're all road games except for the LA game at the end there. So good couple wins to start it off. 3-0 win over the Carolina Hurricanes, and then a 4-1 win over the Montreal Canadiens. Kirby Reichel out with the sore shoulder. Okay, that should allow what's-his-face, Nolan Patrick, to slot back in. And looks like PRV is up to an 83, and the best lines actually wants him on the 2nd line. That's interesting. I don't think I'm going to do that, just because Ehlers is an 86. You know, he got 3 overall better, and like they're basically the exact same player, except Ehlers has better defense, shooting, and skating. So it doesn't really make sense to put him on the third line over PRV. I don't care what the potential is, and he's 2 years younger. So yeah, gonna go ahead and leave PRV on the third line. Happy with the way things are going, so let's just go ahead and keep simulating. We don't want to end this good streak here. Did we beat Buffalo? We did. Damn, we only allowed 1 goal in the past 4 games. That's awesome. AHL, we can just leave that be. And you can see finally Darnell Nurse with a mild concussion. Damn, that's not good. Let's just go edit lines manually. I'm going to have to change everything around here again. So I think this is the first time our scratch D-man are actually going to get a chance in the lineup. Ooh, Prairie's back down to an 82. Not sure what happened there. Let's see what the defense looked like. Not too much of a change, just Ethan Bear slotting in for Darnell Nurse. Maybe he can prove his worth right now. Can we get a few more wins with Ethan Bear back there? As soon as he comes in, we get a loss. Not good. Leon Draisaitl's injured too. My God, we have such a fragile team. I guess that'll... The good thing about the injuries, though, it's allowing the young guns to get some playing time. Patrick, you got any points yet? Still no points. My God. How many games have you played now? 11 games, no points, a -3. But that's all in the fourth line. Don't forget that, guys. He's not in the position to succeed. And PRV, I'm sorry, but you're going to the third line, man. Like, I don't know what the hell the computer's thinking. Maybe they think that you're going to grow more than Ehlers, but... Which is probably true, but you got to prove it. You know, you're proving it right now with your points. You got 20 points. Ehlers has got... Ooh, he doesn't have as many points. Do we give him a shot? No, it doesn't make sense. Look at the stars down there, guys. They're shooting, defensive, and skating. Everything else is the same, but Ehlers is better. So it just makes no sense to put him on the second line over Ehlers. You know what I mean? I don't care what the potential is. Okay, so last 5 games, we go 4-1. We get a 1-goal or 3-2 loss to the Blues. That's okay, I'm fine with that. And just simming along here, we seem to be doing pretty well. I don't think I'm going to end the simulation until we string together a ton of losses together, you know. So Darnell Nurse is back. Let's get him back in the lineup. Make our last changes here. We have Caleb Jones still back there. He's happy for being dressed. He's got no points. Patrick, do you have any points? Yes, he does. He got his first goal in the NHL. Finally, Nolan Patrick has 1 point. That's good. Okay, so we know he can score. Roop Hintz will just go best lines there. Let's stop the simulation. We have some upgrading and maintaining to do here. What do I need to upgrade? Team store maintenance. Okay, this has got to be the last thing that I've got to upgrade. I mean, everything else is in the 90s, right? Yeah. I mean, you got 189 there, but that's whatever. So team store, level 3, let's just go ahead and repair that. Still have about $1 million left that we can hopefully use towards the expansion of the parking lot there. I think that was an owner goal. Let's go ahead and sim another 5 games to the Arizona game here in January. Leon Draisaitl is available again. This is probably going to take Nolan Patrick out of the lineup. I mean, he's got a few games in now under his feet, under his belt. So he's still actually playing, but it still wants to put Parvy there instead of Ehlers. I don't know why. I'm not going to do that. And we're still trucking along here, getting some good wins. Scouting assignment. We've scouted the WHL, we scouted the OHL. Let's go straight to the QMJHL, and we'll scout the goalies, actually. Kirby Reichel's back. Okay, this is going to take Nolan Patrick out of the lineup for sure. But we've been winning, so not really too worried about our lineup, to be honest, right now. See, the thing is, too, if I put Ehlers on the third line, I think the total overall is actually sum up to be better on the third line than the second line, too, which makes no sense, you know. He's also a two-way forward, which is more of a third line material than it is second line. But you got to do some growing. I know you can do it, Prarvi. You got 20 points in how many games? Like 40? A little over 40? 34. That's pretty good. He's got more points, actually, than Ehlers. I don't know. I think I'm still going to leave him on the third line. Maybe by the end of the season he makes it to the second line, but right now he's the third liner in my head. So promotions night against Nashville. Not sure which promotion it is, but we win the game at home. Nice to see that. 22-11-2, so really good team here. Coming up against Pittsburgh, who's also a really good team, and we beat them. Our AHL team is doing well as well. That's our first loss to LA, I think, all year. Oh, and actually, no, we had a shootout loss up there. We played them a lot so far. I don't know how much we're going to see them in the end of the season. Yoni Ortio, he will now begin to count against the roster and the salary cap. Let's go ahead and go to roster moves. We're going to be sending down Brassois. Looks like McDavid and Lucic want to have a talk with us, but that can wait till after. So Ortio's back. Brassois, I know you got waivers, but I'm sorry. You got to go, my friend. Hopefully you clear waivers. Lost morale for being sent down. Doesn't look like he got acquired by anybody else, so that's good. Let's go ahead and edit lines. This is going to bring us to the AHL or the NHL? The NHL, so we'll just go best lines there and then move everybody back to where we want them. See, now it's putting Purvey on the frickin' fourth line. Like, what the hell, man? Make up your mind, you know what I mean? Make up your mind. Alright. Liking everything I'm seeing. A goalie should be fine now, too. Yes, Cam Talbot with Yoni Ortio backing him up. Okay, so 23-12-2. And that looks like it gives us the slight edge over Arizona as well. Are we first in the division? We should be. Yes, we are. Only by 1 point. But still good to see, and we're starting to create some gap between us and the teams out of the playoffs. 7-point lead on the San Jose Sharks there, so that's good to see. Let's go ahead and sim 4 more games. And then, how long have I been going? Only about half an hour. I could keep going, but I don't know if I want to make any real trades, you know what I mean? So 4 games, and that'll officially bring us to halfway through the season. Can we beat the Arizona Coyotes? Yes, we can. We seem to have their number. I think we've beaten them every single time this year. The Calgary Flames are the ones I'm kind of worried about. They're the one chasing us right now for first in the division. But things are looking good for the playoffs. This may be the first year we actually make the playoffs. Profit's looking good so far. Only about 4 more months to go. Trade block. Do we put Hansel on the trade block? I think we're going to. Yeah, we're definitely going to. Because I think I 100% need to get rid of him this year. Like, we got some. Let's look at our contract situation. Whose contract is expiring next year? So we have. Who is this? So Jordan Eberle expiring next year, Purvey expiring next year. Both going to want significant pay upgrades. Draisaitl expiring next year. Yakupov expiring next year. Reinhardt expiring next year. My God, we got some big guys to sign this offseason. Suster expiring next year. Grimaldi expiring next year. Yeah, so we have to clear up some cap room for the team this year, and it's going to have to be Hansel that is the chopping block, because we have a fourth-line center prospect who is Nolan Patrick, as well as Roop Hintz in the minors, who's an 81 overall right now. So I think he's going to be the one that gets the chop this year. I don't see anybody else up here that I really want to trade. Maybe Suster, but 28 years old isn't too old. Plus, he's our only defensive defenseman. I like to keep somewhat of a balance on our team. I could trade away Sekera, but that does leave a pretty big gap in our defense. Plus, does anybody even really want him? I mean, he's 32 years old, 84 overall, at a $5.5 million contract. I don't know about you, but as a GM of any other team, I would not take that deal unless we had a shit ton of cap room. And I don't think that is the case for most of the NHL teams at this point. So, 2 people to consider right now for trading, Martin Hansel and Andrej Sekera. So I will put them both actually on the block. So we'll go centers here, and then we'll toss on Hansel. I'm sorry, my friend. He actually only has 2.5 million cap hits. That's not even bad, really. It's Sekera, the one that's eating up a lot of money. 5.5 million cap hit. That's huge. Plus, only being an 84 overall, it doesn't really merit $5.5 million cap hit, I think. But that's what we're going to go with, and let's see if we get any offers. If we get any decent offers, we're definitely going to explore them in great detail. Can we beat the Colorado Avalanche? Yes, we can. 4-3 win. And that brings us to right halfway through the season. Fan happiness at 92. That's the highest it's been since I've taken over as GM of the Edmonton Oilers. Let's go ahead and have a team meeting. We're playing against the Calgary Flames tonight. This is a real big game for us. Lucic actually wants to meet with us. Glad to have that extra ice time. I think I deserve it. Great. Yeah, great, man. Not affected. I'm really proud of how the team has been performing. You know what? We are too. And he actually has the best locker room chemistry with Nolan Patrick. So that's really good to see because they're hopefully going to be on the same team for a long time to come. Also good with Draisaitl. We're just going to be calming. I mean, that's how it should be. We don't have too much to say. We haven't proven anything yet. Looks like we have some more presence in the room too. Hansel's now a presence. Grimaldi's a presence. Larson, Everly, Pjarvi. So lots of presences in the room. Let's go ahead and hold that team meeting. We're not going to do motivating because I did that last time. It didn't do very well. And we know everybody's going to be watching tonight, so let's give them only positive things to talk about. Here we go, boys, being demanding, see how it does. And that seemed to go really well for us, so maybe a demanding option is something we should go with more in the future. I'll definitely explore that. Okay. So halfway through the season, I think that merits a stats check. We haven't done it all year. It's about that time. Let's go ahead and check the individual stats right away. So it looks like Connor McDavid leading our team in points. I don't think I'd expect nothing less. So 41 games played, 46 points, doing absolutely phenomenal, 33 assists. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins finally starting to take the backseat on the points department. 24 points in 40 games, which is about what I would expect from a second liner, about a half a point a game. Draisaitl dropping off pretty significantly this year. In the past couple of years, he was almost, half a point a game as well. But seems like all the points are going to McDavid now, which is how it should be. So he actually only has 2 penalty minutes either. That's hilarious. Martin Hansel, 9 points, and Nolan Patrick, 1 point. Not really expecting too much from them, so that's no big deal, really. So left wingers, Lucic 42 points, playing alongside Connor McDavid. I think that's what you would expect. Reichel, this is a little bit disappointing actually to me. He only has 15 points in 37 games. I know he was injured for a bit, and he's a power forward, and he's playing on the third line, so I guess I can't really blame him for that. But Grimaldi 12 points as well, and then Janmark 7. Would like to see a little bit more out of Kirby Reichel. If he was at 20 points, I think I'd be a little bit happy with that. So right wing, this is where all our skill is. You can see we got Yakupov 29 points, Everly 28 points, Jesse Prairie 27 points, Nick Ehlers 21 points. They're all negatives though, which is not good. Minuses, sorry. So Pjarvi really making his case that he should be a top 6 winger. I mean, he's only got 2 points less than Yakupov and 1 point less than Everly, although he has about 8 games extra played with Everly. On Everly, sorry. I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to lose my voice here, boys. Yeah, that's actually really interesting to see. And Ehlers is actually our worst performing right winger right now. So, but we'll see about moving up Pjarvi within the next couple games. We'll see. So defensemen, our offensive defensemen leading the way as usual. Sekera with 15 points, then Clefbaum with 12, Larson with 11, Reinhardt with 11, Nurse with 3, Bear with 2. And he's only played 4 games, so Ethan Bear, 4 games played, 2 points, pretty good. Andre Schuster only has 2 points in 40 games played, so that's pretty bad. Maybe he's someone I could move, but I like the make of our team right now. I think we have a really good team. That's interesting. Okay, so save percentage, Cam Talbot, .921. Starting goalie, Laurent Brossoit actually put up a .919, which is pretty good. It's better than Ortio's. But he had more goals against in less games played, I think. Actually, no. He had more games played. And he had the exact same goals against average as Cam Talbot, which is interesting. I still don't think we bring him up instead of Ortio. Ortio's only played 1 game, so we're going off stats for 1 game, so kind of hard to judge him on that, but it looks like Cam Talbot's played pretty much all the games, and he hasn't been hurt once, so 22 wins in 39 games played. I think that's really good with the goals against average a little bit high, but his save percentage is pretty good, so I'm not going to blame him on that. We just have a high-flying offense. So team record so far, 25-14-2. That's the best we have. I think that's the most wins we've had so far in any season. Actually, last season we had like 36. What am I saying? Okay, so looks like we are second in the division right now, 1 point behind the Calgary Flames, 2 points ahead of the LA Kings, and 5 points ahead of the San Jose Sharks. That's pretty good. Goals for per game, looks like we are second in the division with 2.85. Only San Jose has more than us at 3, which is pretty high. Goals against per game, we are second best in the division with 2.46, only 1 behind the LA Kings of 2.25. Good to see that. Vancouver Canucks are the worst. I guess the Sedin's retired, so. Power play. So our power play is second best. San Jose Sharks have a 25% power play. That's incredible. Ours is 20.6. Calgary Flames right behind us, though, at 20.5. Penalty kill percentage. So, looks like a penalty kill is doing pretty okay, too. We're only 0.2% behind LA and Calgary for first place, so not really any complaints there. And our home record seems to be better. Well, it's actually pretty much even with our away and home records, so that's awesome. That's awesome to see. Finally, we're having a winning season, guys. This took forever. My God, this took forever. 2 painful frickin' years with the Edmonton Oilers, and it's finally looking like we may make the playoffs this year, although I don't want to jinx it. We're only halfway through the season. What happens if Connor McDavid gets injured? That would be awful. So let's go ahead and check the leading point getters in the entire league. So we have Cam Atkinson, 29-year-old sniper, 86 overall on the Columbus or Boston Bruins now, with 49 points, 21 goals, 28 assists. Kudos to him, but McDavid right behind him with 46 points. Hoping he can really, be the star of this league within the coming years. So that's really good to see that he's second, only behind Atkinson. Lucic also up there, probably only because he's playing with McDavid, so I don't want to give him too much credit. Patrice Bergeron also up there. Patrick Kane, Brent Burns, 41 points. Holy crap, Brent Burns. Evander Kane, Phil Kessel, Matt Zuccarello, Sidney Crosby, Tyler Johnson, Nikita Kucherov, Derek Stepan, Tays, Pavelski, Malkin, Ovechkin down there. So Ovechkin's starting to lose some of his potentness. I won't read them all off. You guys can take a look there. Feel free to pause the video at any point in time if you want to see who's Adam Lowry, really. Interesting. I guess I should probably look at the goalies too, real quick. So entire league, let's go goalies, not rookie goalies. Goalies, there we go. So, most wins in the league, Cam Talbot. Who's got the best goals against average? With at least like 30 games. Jonathan Quick, 1.8. That's incredible. Matt Murray, but he seems to be the backup. Marc-Andre Fleury, 2.01. That's really good too. What about the save percentage? Who's got the highest save percentage? With at least like a decent amount of games played. So Jonathan Quick once again, Frederik Andersen up there too. Interesting. So LA got a really good goalie, despite us absolutely murdering them every time we play them. Yeah, so that's gonna be a wrap up on this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. We got a bulk of the season simulated. Looks like we're gonna be a playoff team this year, although I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.